And what do you say to the people who say, Cameron, why are you out there killing these poor innocent animals? Why don't you just
Mhm.
leave them alone and let them live? And I mean, I'm sure you've bumped into to someone who is offended when they see your Instagram channel or they see the trophy. And what if it's even a reasonable, intelligent person that just doesn't get it? What do you say to them? Have you had those conversations?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, all the time. I mean, that's the one thing with hunting. I mean, hunting has always been kind of I guess like an echo chamber type thing because we had the outdoor channel where you could watch hunting shows on TV. We had hunting magazines where hunters would buy it and read the story. That's what I started doing was writing hunting articles, and people would buy those hunting magazines. But really, you're preaching to the choir. The people who are watching the hunting on TV are hunters. The people who are buying the magazines are hunters. Now with social media is, I reach millions of people, and a lot of them aren't hunters. So now I have to think about, well, how is this being perceived by people who didn't grow up the way I grew up, who didn't grow up looking up to hunters and giving respect to people who filled their freezer on their own, being self-sufficient. So now it's people who were from the city. Hunting has never been part of the culture they've grown up in. How do those people look at my page? I think about that a lot in the words that I write, in the captions, and the photos that I share. And yes, an animal dies. That's just a fact of life. A hunter, I think, what I like about hunting is that we will accept the fact that there's going to be blood on our hands. We're killing an animal and we're doing it. We're not paying somebody else to do it for us, like what happens when you go buy meat at the store. But I also have to think about, well, if this is being perceived by somebody who hasn't hunted, maybe I need to take time to explain why this is so valuable, why animals can't just manage themselves. People like to say, Mother Nature will take care of itself. If there's too many animals here, they die off, or if there's too many predators, they kill the prey. Then once a prey is gone, the predators will starve because there's not enough prey to sustain them. And that can happen, but it takes a long time, and it really screws up a lot of what we have going. The North American wildlife model, which has been in place for about 100 years, has resulted in more deer, elk, and bear now than there was 100 years ago. And that's biology managing habitat and managing the carrying capacity of the land with the animals, predator and prey. And an example that I'll give of when it's not managed is the moose populations up in Alaska. If the bears aren't kept in check, the black bears and the grizzly, they'll follow the moose around in the snow, and the moose can't get away, and the grizzlies will just kill them. They won't even eat them all. I mean, there's been documented cases of one big boar grizzly, which is a male bear, is a boar, killing, I think it was 30 some moose, and it can't just killing them and letting them lay. So animals don't think about, well, what's best for the herd? What do we need? How many animals do we need to take? That's a wildlife biologist that allocate those tag numbers, and a tag number will be like, okay, for the carrying capacity of this land in this area of Alaska, we need this many moose hunted and killed. We need this many bear hunted and killed, and then they can both coexist and both be healthy, have healthy numbers. And so that's what it's all about. It's not just hunters going out and killing all they want. It's tracked very closely. And it's not just, if you take humans out of it, and that's another thing. People always say, well, let the animals manage themselves. Humans don't need to be involved. And my answer is humans have always been involved. We've always hunted. There's always been hunters. It's only now when people are saying that, well, hunting isn't necessary because we have a cow, a beef cow, or a lamb or a pig. They're raised to kill. They're raised to provide meat. Wild animals, just let them be. And it's like, well, no, hunters have always had a place in the circle of life in the mountains. It's only till now we're saying, well, maybe we don't really need to have that place out there. It's like, well, you can't just take us out. We're a key part of that. We're a key part of keeping all that habitat healthy and the animal numbers healthy. And one other thing I'll say is that hunters, all the money that we pay in the hunting licenses and tags, that all goes to habitat restoration, building water sources. Like in the winter, snow will come in, and if the deer get trapped in the mountains, they can't migrate down to lower country to survive. So hunters, some of that money we pay for license and tags goes to it's called winter migration routes, keeping those migration routes where we're not building houses where the deer normally get out of the mountains and go down to the lowlands. And if there's a big subdivision there, then the deer won't come down, and then they'll die up in the mountains. So it's like all that money goes into things like that. So it's not just hunters out killing whatever they want, murdering stuff, cutting off heads like people have in their mind maybe, that don't really understand it, and then leaving the meat lay and not really caring about the environment. It's the exact opposite. It's hunters care about the animals as much or more than non-hunters. And we understand how this equation works. So you can't really have an Instagram post that says all that, but in little bits and pieces, I can put up parts of that and explain parts of it. And I know that it's worked. I know some people are going to look at what I do and just be, write me off and just judge me. But some people are going to look at it and be like, that actually, I never thought about that. That actually makes a little sense. And I've had a lot of those encounters, and actually had a lot of people that have changed their perspective of hunters because of maybe some of the captions and posts that I've made.
Hey, do you want to profit from crypto? Then join my DeFi Academy. The Crypto DeFi Academy will help you create generational wealth. But don't take my word for it. Listen to my students.
When I first got into crypto, I remember thinking to myself, I need to learn more. Brian Rose, learning crypto, learning DeFi, gotta do it.
I am so grateful that I jumped in and did this. I had to break through some limiting beliefs that I can do this, that I can afford this, that I can be in this.
It challenges the things that are deeply rooted within us.
Joining DeFi Academy has been one of the best decisions I have made on my blockchain journey.
This course was a life changer, a game changer, a huge eye-opener, coming from knowing practically nothing at the speed of the learning over 4 weeks was just fantastic.
The information you provided in this class was invaluable.
I feel far more confident in my next steps.
You took complex concepts and made them easier to understand.
What's different than so many other ones is it just doesn't tell you what to do. It actually makes you do it.
This is for people who are serious about becoming traders. This is the way it should be done.
I realized from this learning experience again that it is not about what you learn, but about who you learn it from.
The energy was insane. I've never experienced such incredible energy on a live call. Brian Rose, you are a legend, my friend.
It's the only thing in the market where you can get all information and learn everything what you need to know.
Everything is so clear and so well done, and I'm just forever grateful for this program.
It made me feel so much more confident about crypto than I did before.
I did not anticipate how passionate I was going to become about it.
It's also been like a big learning experience for me, not just in the crypto space, but just an overall balance of life.
What I've learned is, how to take ownership, of my life in a way that I really hadn't before.
Yeah, you can't put a price on that, really.
I would recommend it to anybody, top notch.
Excellence does not come cheap. So if you want excellence, you gotta pay for it, but it's so worth it.
Pull the trigger. That's what this course is about.
You're not going to regret it, really. It's amazing.
Thank you, Brian and team.
So what are you waiting for? Crypto is happening now. Click the link below, submit your application, and let me mentor you on how to create generational wealth and build the decentralized financial infrastructure of the future.